Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. So it says, I left the girl in the end. I tried your ways, but she became so much more controlling. At one point, she was trying to tell me when I can see my mum. So obviously, we already know this is the listener that she didn't even want him going to the gym with his mate. I just can't go. It's mental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't see the boys and all this sort of stuff. So you did your best, man. Like, there's nothing you can. If you carried on and tried a bit harder, and she still wasn't getting the message, then you did everything you could. You know what I mean, there's no fault in that.
Yeah. I think a controller person, until they reach a point where they have that turning point in a relationship or in life, they're always going to be controlling. So I think you did what you can. You were patient. You were a lot more patient than a lot more people would have been, and I think that's all you could do.
Yeah, absolutely. I met a new girl, but she's younger by 10 years, and I'm worried how my family would take it. I'm 33 and she's 23. How do I tackle the family's dislikes? But he says I'm worried. It sounds to me like he hasn't even told them yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't think he has.
I don't see a fucking problem. I think that's the sweet spot, right? Like if you were 23 and she was 13,
well,
you'd be like,
be
that's bad. And then if she was 33 and you were 43, that's a bit sort of like, but I mean, that age range is a bit like, everyone's having a good time.
I think once you get to like early 20s, 23 is young, but like early 20s onwards, it kind of gets blurry. As long as there's not like a clear differentiation in like generations, which I think 33, I've got cousins that are 23. I've still got quite a bit in common with them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? My brother's 24 and we hang around together all the time. So I don't think there's that much of a generational gap. I think any more than 10 years could be a bit more of a problem, but I think 10 years, I think you're all right. It's like if she was 18, fresh out of college, and you were 28, then there would be a bit more of a thing. I think by 23, she's matured a little bit. Do you know what I mean? There might be some immaturity you will still see there, but I think girls grow up quicker than boys.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? With the age difference is different points in your life, where like you might be at a point where you want family in like a couple of years, where she's like, oh no, I still want to have fun. I probably won't want kids until I'm 30. Well, that would make you 43.
And
so I think that's the only
when
thing.
You've got to question things, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but I mean that's standard stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like any relationship, whether you're a different age, people could be at different points in their life. Like I didn't want kids until I was 30, and then I split up with Knobface, so that ended that.
Yeah.
But nah, I don't know. I don't think there's any like if you go to your family, because I mean 33 and 23, you're probably still going to look similar as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's that noticeable of a gap unless like she's a young 23 and you're like an old 33.
Like there's been a lot of crack.
Yeah, like, and you've had a hard life. I think you should be all right. Like a weathered face. I wouldn't see myself in a group of 23-year-olds and feel like that might be me being hopeful, but I wouldn't feel myself being out of place.
Oh mate, I would. My brother Toby wouldn't. He's like 27. He looks about 80. I mean, he's a fucking like I always remember.
It's not as weird as well, actually, because I've been reading up on the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef over the last couple of days, and Drake was hanging out with Millie. What's that girl that was 11?
Oh, Millie Bobby Brown. Millie,
when she was like 13, and he was 31. So that is
Yeah,
some
yeah,
weird shit.
and I saw the thing where she's like, "Oh, I texted him the other day, and I was like, I miss you," and he's like, "Oh, I miss you too," and I'm like, "What?"
And apparently they were at like some VMA party for the whole party together when she was 13 and he was 31. That's some weird ass shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I keep seeing all these memes about him being a fucking predator,
Mm.
but that's old Bon Jovi's son's problem now, isn't it?
Yep.
You know what I mean, um, I can't. I was going with that now. Oh yeah, when I was younger, I went round. There's this guy. I don't know what. I just hated him, like I normally do. I got him fired from his paper round. That's how much I hate him. And we went in his house, and I remember seeing his sister, and I was like, turned to him, and I was like, "What's up with your mum?" And he was like, "No, that's my sister." And I'm like, "Fucking hell, she's been on hard on crack."
Mm.
She was like 26 or something, and she looked fucking 45.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
I
I
mean,
was out with the boys a few weeks ago, do you know when I went out with the work lot in Hitchin,
mm.
I ran into a girl that I knew in school, and I didn't recognise her. I thought she was a full blown crackhead at this point. Yeah, and she asked me for change. I looked at her and I was like, "Oh, are you so and so?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I looked at her. She didn't have no clue who I was. And I was thinking, "Fuck me, man." She looked probably 3 times my age. Like,
Yeah,
her whole face just crumpled in on itself.
it's mental how it does it, man. Fucking.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh,
"What the fuck is she on to look like that?"
not insinuating that we've gone onto a spiral now that this guy is like a crackhead. But we obviously know he's not because he's going to the gym and stuff like that. It's completely
Yeah,
random.
yeah. We're just going off on a tangent.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring up that fella's sister looking like a crackhead. I remember going around his house once. We used to his house was a fucking shithole. We used to because he used to collect Beyblades,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and we used to take all his Beyblades and we used to try and wing them off the fucking wall and chip the paint like as hard as we could. I always remember going around his house and going to the toilet, and there was like a full bathtub full of cloudy water and then 2 empty packets of mousse. And I'm
Oh.
like, are you eating mousse in the fucking bath? And why haven't you emptied the bath water? Like, what's going on
Why are you
there?
just leaving it in there?
Oh, mate,
That's
seriously,
weird.
this fucking guy. I remember that Beyblade thing used to crack me up. I used to fire him down the stairs. See how many? It's like trying to, when you try and skim the stones in water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like how many times can I slam him into this wall and chip paint off?
That's
You know what I mean?
such like a early 2000s toy in it, Beyblade. It's really dangerous as
Beyblade.
fuck.
Oh, have you seen when people put like fucking motors on them? They're firing them off.
They got banned in my school because people were throwing them at each other's heads.
Oh, mate, it's fucking brilliant. But yeah, no, I wouldn't worry about it, man. Like, there's a difference, right? Because when we get the emails about a lot older people, and you think like, what is it like? The closer a woman gets to like her 40s is when she gets problems with kids. Like, it's when like things
Yeah,
start going wrong.
normally, yeah, when they're getting around the 40 mark.
Yeah, so like, because all your parents want is you to have like a family, right? They want you to be happy and to have a family of your own, and that's where the age comes in. I mean, if there was no complications and stuff with like pregnancies and things like that, I don't think anyone would care about age at all.
No, I genuinely, if this guy said I'm 43 and she's 23, then I would see a bit more of a reason for issue. Do you know what I mean?
What was it? What was I watching? Some sort of benefits thing, and it was like this. The girl was like 18, and the bloke was
Oh
like
yeah,
55.
and he was friends with her mum. And
Yeah,
yeah, and they live in a caravan together.
lived in
Like,
a
what the fuck,
caravan. Yeah, I was like, like for one thing, if I was him, I'd be like, lucky bastard. You know what I
Three
mean?
teeth in his head. He's like, oh,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
just
and he's
liked the
got a
look of
fucking
me.
18-year-old.
She just liked the look of me. I was thinking, like the look of you. You groomed her.
Use them 3 teeth to open tins. You know what I mean? Fucking
Man.
hell. But yeah, man. Don't, like, as long as you guys are happy, your family will be happy. That's all that matters.
Them TikTok people. Do you know when you accidentally click on TikTok live?
Yeah.
And I think we've got like 500 and something followers on TikTok. These people got thousands, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all states. They're all absolute fucking states, and they're all
Well,
having full blown arguments over TikTok with like their partners on TikTok
I
Live.
the fucking whoever's who are that? What's that shop at the minute that
Oh,
keeps
what,
going
Bert
on?
and Bennett?
Burton Bennett. Like whoever's advising them on their TikToks are just fucking useless. Because I saw a TikTok and it was like, she's left me, and I'm just thinking to myself, you're just trying to
She's
get
engaged to another man now, isn't she?
But this is all just to keep the hype up. These are
Mm.
just tactics to keep people talking about you. Because then the next day in the video, it was like, she's back. And I'm like, she hasn't left, you fucking dickhead. She's in the back room waiting for the fucking TikTok to come out.
It just
It's
makes
like,
me laugh how they, hey guys, Burton and Bennett here. And then, like, they just get absolutely trolled for about
Yeah.
3 hours on live, and then it just keeps getting reposted. I'm just thinking, do these guys not notice what's happening?
They did a video of them standing out front of Home Bargains going to buy stock. And I'm like, you can't buy stock from another store and sell it at a more price. That's against the law.
That's why people kept taking the piss out of them at the beginning, because they were selling multi-pack stuff, weren't they?
Yeah,
For
they were
like twice
opened
the
them and
price.
said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you not understand what's going on? Like, you can be. I just like, fuck's sake, not going anywhere near that. All these. Did you see the guys that were going around and like redesigning their logos and banners and things?
Yeah, they're all people looking for clout.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And then, did you see them making their pizzas?
I didn't see them make pizzas now. I
Yeah,
saw
they
them.
do hot food.
They got a spud oven or something off the Spud Man.
Yeah, and then they're doing pizzas, and he was like, "Oh, we're closing down free pizzas for anyone that comes down."
It was making me think, if we just act a bit drippy, would everyone just start trolling us, and then we could just get famous all of a sudden, and just start acting normal?
I was trying to get people to troll us when I did that video of doing the toast, but I put the jam on before the butter. That was minging, by the way.
Yeah, if Charlotte was the only person that come after you for that.
And my brother, he was like, "You don't actually make toast like that, do you?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know." Yeah, because the butter didn't soak in; it just sat on top of the jam. It's fucking minging.
Oh,
No.
it's making me feel sick.
Yeah.